Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Natalia and today we will be looking at assembling vintage pushpin ornaments. These are from Fibre-Craft and they are from the 70s. I have purchased two kits at $35 each and I think it was way too much. I will make one kit following provided instructions and the other kit I will only follow general directions and will substitute some of the cheap materials with my own. So let's start with our original ornament. And what I always do is examine all the materials, and before I do it, I do not like mixed together, so I will sort everything out. Now, the most important element of any pushpin ornament is a satin ball, and unfortunately this one is of a poor quality. The threads are loose, the core is very soft. In my experience, most of the satin balls from that era are just like that. Compare it to the modern day satin ball. As you can see, the threads are well and tightly packed. The core is dense, which indicates that the pins will stay in very well. So if you have a chance, just go for the modern satin ball. You can see how much harder it is to penetrate this one. Now let's take a look at this gold trim, and it is of absolutely terrifying quality, to be honest. And it is so uneven. It has broken and missing loops. And it is just irredeemable quality, but that's what's included. I would say I don't like it. So here is our next ribbon. It's paper backed. I guess it is very stiff. I don't like it either. I personally always use fabric trims and ribbons for my projects. But this is all we have. Let's begin. To make hanging loop, insert both ends of 5-inch piece of ribbon into a hole at the top of a ball. Pin one end of the red ribbon to ball near hanging loop and go completely around the opposite side and cut off. Repeat this to divide the ball into 4 sections. Pin single loop braid on edges of the ribbon with loops out. On a pear-shaped pin, place one each roundel 5mm pearl, roundel and 8mm pearl, and insert into bottom of the ball. Now make 6 units of each 3mm pearl, 8mm faceted bead, and insert around the pear-shaped pin. Make 6 more of the same units and insert around the top loop. Pin one gold oval in center of each section of the ball and pin an 11mm jewel in the center of each jewel. On a 3/4-inch pin, place one each 3mm pearl, roundel and 8mm sequin and insert in center of the red ribbon. Pin 12 of these units on each piece of the ribbon. Pin on a row of 10 5mm pearls around the jewel, then pin on a row of 20 3mm pearls around 5mm pearls. Okay, I have these pearls left, but I'm totally out of pins. So this is it. This ornament sort of finished. I used my own pins and I finished the ball. I can't tell you that I like it. However, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I have seen way worse. The ornament is very, very light. It has no substance and the pins are not very secure. I don't know how long they will be staying in, and the fibers are loose. The loop is deformed. Overall, there are better Christmas ornament kits available, especially in my shop. And they don't tell you to dip the pins in a glue like they do in some other instructions, but if you are assembling this ornament, I highly recommend you to use some glue or switch the satin ball core for a modern one. Well, let's open our second kit here. As you can see right away, the ball is damaged, but I will create my version of this ornament anyway. This particular ball is wrapped a little bit better, and I will cut this fuzz off. I will apply the red ribbon in the same manner, but I will place the gold trim differently because I think I will crisscross the gold trim. It provides more interest this way. I think the original ornament looked a bit long. Next thing, I have decided to decorate just the top and the bottom of the red ribbon. I opted in for a glass red rhinestone with pearls around it as it was in the original design, but I didn't like the result and changed it to the silver sequins from the kit to go around the glass rhinestone. I have also added 2 large pearls on top and the bottom and 4 smaller pearls. I think the result with the sequins was better because it provides additional sparkle, unlike the pearls. I have also opted in for a little bow, which I created from leftover of my red ribbon. I just cut a small piece, twisted and secured it with a wire, and trimmed it a bit, attached it right under the gold cameo. And I think it provides a bit more class and the royal look. I kept embellishing the ornament. I was using leftover pearls and sequins, and as some of you know, I can never stop embellishing. I finished the top and the bottom of my ornament with large red glass beads, and you can see that they are sparkling way more than the plastic ones. I have been trying to use all of the materials that I have here, including the small pearls and the larger pearls. I have added some more sequins on the sides. I think creates just a little bit more sparkle, and I wanted to double down on that. Why not? And just some more final touches, and so here we are. The ornaments are finished, and tell me what you think. And now I want to evaluate each ornament, and I will start with the original one. The original ornament does have a nice design, but I think that you could use some improvements. As discussed before, you should try and find a better satin ball. Definitely the gold trim is of a very bad quality, and the red trim does not lay flat against the ball. The jewel is way overcrowded, and the jewel inside is of very poor quality as well. Definitely not worth $35, I'd say, maybe around $20. Anyway, this is the end of my tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think, and I will see you soon at Whim 5 Seasons. Bye bye for now.